Who was the Amesbury archer of Stonehenge? Imagine walking through a landscape filled with ancient stones and wondering about the people who built and used these sacred sites. One fascinating figure from this time is the Amesbury archer. He lived around 2300 BC during the early Bronze Age, a period when humans were beginning to work with metals and create complex burial sites. His grave was found near Stonehenge in Amesbury, England, and it was packed with riches that tell us a lot about his life. He was a middle-aged man, probably between 35 and 45 years old when he died. His bones show he suffered serious injuries, including a damaged left kneecap that caused him to limp and a jaw abscess. These injuries suggest he was active and possibly involved in hunting or other demanding activities. Isotopic analysis of his teeth reveals he grew up in the Alpine region of Central Europe, likely in what is now Switzerland, Germany, or Austria. That makes him a foreigner to Britain at the time, which is quite interesting. His burial was one of the richest ever found from that period in Britain. It contained about 100 artifacts, including the earliest gold objects discovered in Britain, along with copper knives, flint arrowheads, tools for working metal, and pottery linked to the bell beaker culture. This wealth indicates he was a person of high status, possibly one of the earliest goldsmiths in Britain. His grave was probably covered by a mound or barrow, a common prehistoric burial monument. His proximity to Stonehenge and the timing of his burial, around the same time when the large sarsen stones were erected, has led to many questions. Some think he might have been involved in the construction of Stonehenge, or was a pilgrim drawn to the site for its spiritual or healing powers. The bluestones at Stonehenge are believed to have special properties, which could have attracted people like him. While archaeologists do not believe he directly organized the building of Stonehenge, he represents the emergence of an elite class that could have played a role in such monumental projects. Nearby, another burial called the Companion was found, with similar but less elaborate grave goods. This suggests he might have had family or social connections, and points to a community involved with Stonehenge during this time. From the perspective of sacred sites and ancient architecture, the Amesbury archer shows how early Bronze Age societies valued their sacred landscapes. His burial near Stonehenge reflects a time when these sites were not only places of worship, but also symbols of power, status, and spiritual connection. In practical terms, discovering the Amesbury archer helps us understand the social hierarchy and long-distance connections across Europe during this period. It shows that Stonehenge was more than just a pile of stones. It was a focal point for powerful individuals, pilgrims, and skilled artisans. His story reminds us that these ancient sites were alive with meaning, linking personal status with the sacred landscape that continues to fascinate us today.